scramble cards. And the scramble cards is different from poker cards. It's 136 cards with A, B, C, up to Z, 26 letters. And each letter is assigned a value point. And the value point is proportional to the distribution or of the letters, or the frequency of usage of the letters in the English language. Okay? Now, when we say blackjack, we would also use the 21 points. Happen to be, the 21 points is very close, okay, average points when you are dealt with 4 cards, okay, out of these 136 cards. So the rule now is, if I'm a dealer, okay, I will demonstrate this, and I would use our screen technology to let the audience see the cards better. Now, if I deal cards, the dealer would deal 3 cards instead of 2. Okay, that's the only difference. 3 cards to a player. Let's say we now have 2 players. Okay, this is one player. I am a player. Okay. When people have 3 cards, you can have one fold, one open. It's up to you. It's really not that critical. You can ask for another card, up to 4 cards. When you have 4 cards in front of you, okay, if the 4 cards, the points add up above 21 points, that means it's just like a blackjack. When you are above 21 points, you are so blown up. That means you are exceeded 21 points. Then you lost. But if it's below 21 points, you are not sort of lost. You can continue ask for cards if you wish, but the object here is to make words out of the cards you have. Let's say I have these 4 cards right now, okay? Happen to be, okay, NTAS, okay? NTAS really doesn't make a word. And the point-wise, I have 1, okay? Perhaps right now we can use screen technology to type this on. Say the player A is dealt with 3 cards and asked the 4th card is NTAS, okay? Since it doesn't make a word and it only have 5 points, I suddenly can ask more. So I will ask from dealer another card, okay? All right, another card comes out as E. Again, it's only 1 point. So I am on 6 points, still far away from 21. Now I have 5 cards to make a word, okay? And at this point, we can make, for example, NEAT is neat, right? SNEAT, sneat, no. So you have neat and S. You only have 6 points. You can ask again to have another card, say, dealt to you. It's not a good luck. Another vowel here, another E. So you have double E and A and STN. However, you're still lucky in a sense you are not 21 points yet. Now, you can ask cards until 21 points. Then you blow up and then you lost. Before that, okay, equivalent to the blackjack, sometimes when you ask for cards, although it's not in the gambling house blackjack, sometimes people play. If you asked 5 cards, yet still not over 21, you can declare as a winning hand. In our Scramble Blackjack, you can ask these cards up to 10 cards. If the 10 cards still do not add up to 21 points, then you would have an equivalent of a blackjack in a winning hand, okay? So at this point, 1, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 points with 6 letters. NTASEE. Okay, on the screen you already see 2 E's, and you should have NTAS also type up there. Okay, and I want the dealer to deal another card with. This card is a Q. Q is 12 points, okay? The screen shows NTEAS, right? NTEAS actually, Q is 12 points, E is 1 point, A is 1 point, S is 2 points. So now you have 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's almost 21. And if you ask for another card, chances are you're going to go over 21, you will lose, okay? So at this point, probably the safest thing to do is to make a word and just hold that, and hold that word to play against the house or the dealer, okay? Now, Q without a U is no use. So chances that you are winning probably small in this hand, because out of this, what can you do? Let's say we had NEATS before, all right? NEAT, neat. How about do a 5-letter word, teens, TEENS, okay? TENS. So you made a 5-letter word, and that is 6 points, 5-letter word in your hand, and you say you don't want any more cards, because if you do, you may get beyond 21 points. So that's your hand, okay? So this teens, as now you have 6 points. Now the dealer, now I'm switching hands now, right? So I'm a dealer, and I got 3 cards, and I would ask for more cards, all right? Now, 4th card coming up, C. Okay, the dealer has a pretty good hand. Has a wild, which is a triple word, bonus wild, which is a 0 point. N is 1 point. A is 1 point. C is 4 point, okay? So that is what dealer has. So maybe we can put that on the screen and take away these other letters. Just put the teens next to the NTASEEQ as the words that the player made. Now, here, obviously, CAN with a wild itself is already a word, cans. And the point-wise is 4, 5, 6 points. So it's far from 21. For dealer certainly can ask for more cards as well, okay? But similar to a blackjack, the dealer, okay, the dealer's cards, when it reaches to, in the blackjack, is like 14 points, you have to stop, okay? Below 14, you can, once above 14, you must stop asking for cards, okay? Let's say we follow the same rule. So next card the dealer wants, and got an R, okay? The dealer has wild NACR, okay? Why is the letter is W? There's no W there. It's N is 1 point, wild is 3W, N is 1 point, A is 1 point, C is 4 point, R is 2 point, okay? All right. Now, 6, 7, 8, still below 14. So the dealer still can ask for a card, even though he has a word, he can make a cans, okay? And let's say the dealer wasn't sure whether the other player has higher points or not, he asked for another card. Another A, 1 point, okay? Another A. And that it still doesn't show much. You have now a wild, a C, an A, an N, an R, another A, okay? All right. Another card, another N, okay? So you have 7 cards, but the point-wise is 10. You're still not 14, but it's risky. You can have a card coming in with 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. So at this point, I think, if I were the dealer, okay, I would basically I mean, if I'm not a dealer, I would basically consider whether I want to have a car or whether I don't have a car, maybe I would say quit. But as a dealer, has no choice. The dealer has to go to 14. You either go above 14 and continue and then stop, or you go beyond 21, you blow up. Okay? So 10 points forces the dealer to get another card. All right. Dealer has 6. Okay, 10 and 6 is 16. It's beyond 14. So the dealer must stop. Okay, so you cannot ask more cards. Now with this 8 cards, the dealer has to make a word, okay, to compete with all the players. Okay, right now, let's see, what can we do? Perhaps we can do carry, for example, C-A-R-R-Y. Okay? Use the wild. Okay? And use the Y as a, the high point, 6 points. So now you have 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 6, which is 13 points, but with a bonus, 3W. 13 times 3 is 39. 39 plus 13, okay, is 52. This carry is 52 points. With 52 points against the player that is teens, okay, that is only 6 points, the dealer wins. Okay? So this is a sort of a quick illustration how the Scramble Blackjack is played. Now, let me do this a little more rigorously and pretending we have several hands that is betting against the dealer, okay? Now we'll do this sort of like a real blackjack format. Here's shoveling the cards, okay? Now we're gonna say we're playing with 3 people against the dealer. So hopefully we can do that, divide the screen into 4 quadrant. Each quadrant is for 1 player, and you will put the cards up when I deal. Now, to save the space typing the words, I'm not going to ask you to show the numbers, assuming the audience somewhat familiar with now the scramble cards, that A is 1 point, B is 7, C is 4, and so on. This is all written on the cards. So let's not to show the numbers, just show the letters, and I will do the mathematics or arithmetics to count the points. Okay? All right. So we now have 3 parties in front of me. I am the dealer. I'm going to deal 1 hand, 2, S, M, and the third card is supposed to be folded, but since I'm going to show you as a game to the audience, the first player has SMF, okay? Second player has PEB. And third player has LFD. Very few vowels. It's interesting, okay? Now, and the dealer has ISI. Wow, dealer has 2 vowels, which is not very good, okay? Now, if we were really playing like a the blackjack, you could bet some chips here. We certainly can play the chips, as a fun game. Now, the first player has got MFS, which add up to 12 points already. Okay, he can ask for a 4th card, and hopefully it's not a consonant, a big point, because he needs vowel, okay, to win. So SMF had a 4th card coming up as O, which is 1 point. That's very good, because at least minimum he can make 2-letter word OF. which is off, which is 6 points. And SO, okay, and SOM, if another E comes up, you can make some, and so on. So this player is getting better cards. And so far, it's only 13 points, because S is 2 points, F is 5 points, M is 5 points, O is 1 point. So the player asks the dealer for another card. Another card is V. V is 8 points, okay? So now you have 10, 19 plus 2, 21, okay? Now, 21 is, in the blackjack, is a blackjack, 21 points. He can declare winner as long as he has a word. I mean, as I said before, minimum has a 2-letter word, okay? Now, by the way, in this game, the minimum letter word can be set by the players, okay? Because you don't want to always set two-letter word as minimum. Sometimes it gets boring, and you might want to set minimum 3 or minimum 4, so to make the games a little more interesting. Let's say this hand, we didn't set, we say minimum is any number. So therefore, when you get 21 points and you declare a word, and you automatically sort of win the game, and the dealer has to pay off, okay? So for this 21, 9, 10, 2, it's 21, word is either off or so or whatever, that the 2-letter word. So the first player won. I mean, before the dealer even has a chance to ask for the cards. Now, the second player has 3 cards, P, E, B, which add up to 14 points, and asks the dealer for another card. Wow, lucky guy has a wild, okay? PEB with a wild. Wild is we usually use a star to represent, although you can spell it out as wild. Now this wild is 1W bonus, means it has a bonus to multiply the word, as a bonus. Now, since this only 7 is 14 points, it's still away from 21, and also he doesn't really have a word yet, although you can, for example, use the wild as a letter. You may be able to make a word, can you? BEP. Not so obvious at this point. Let's get another card since you only have 14 points, okay? So, another card is H, which is 2 points, so that add up to 16. And still away from 21, so you could add another card so that you can have a better chance to make a longer word. Another card is A. Okay, add 1 more point, that is 16, 17. Well, 17, it's a toss-up. If you had obviously a very good word, you perhaps should quit. That is 17 points, try to make a word out of the 6 letters. Now, PH is a good one as ending. B, E, A. FEBA, PHEABA. This is where really your brain has to really roll fast. Why don't we take another chance to get another letter, okay? Another letter. Uh-oh! Sorry about that. This letter is a Q, and Q is 12 points, and 17 plus 12 blow up, so this guy is dead, okay? All right, the second player is blown up. Now, third player has L, F, and D without vowel, and the points is 11 points, okay? So It's obviously asking for the force card. And force card, force card is Z. So Z is 13 points, 13 plus 11, okay? It's beyond 21. Also blow up, okay? So these two guys lost. Let's say if they had each bet some chips, the dealer, without asking for another card, actually won 2, pay 1, may be better off, possibly as a winner. Let's just see how the dealer fares to get another card. E, okay? ISIE, only 7 points and doesn't have a nice word. You can ask another card. C, okay? 11 points, still not 14, so another card. 3, now it's 14, so you must quit. Okay? And what are the letters? I, S, I, E, C, L. Okay? Now, how do you spell icicle? I, S, I, O. No. No, that's not the way to spell it. Okay, let's see. The C. Certainly you can make ice, okay? And lice, okay? Lices, right? Slice, okay? Slice. This slice turned out to be very clever. Why? You have C as the highest point, 4 points, but you have an E has a 2L bonus, means the left side of the word, the letter is multiplied by 2 as your bonus, and the I has 2R, means the right side of the letter multiplied by 2 is your bonus. So that means the C will be counted 5 times. That is very good. So let's see how many points. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 12, okay, plus 8 and another 8, 16, okay, 12 and 16 is 28 points as slice. So that's a very good word for the dealer. Anyhow, the dealer already won these 2 hands and paid off the other hand. Okay, so we have demonstrated how the Scramble Blackjack is played, okay? Now, as you know, we introduce new games in the show. We sometimes don't really have all the kinks worked out. Particularly in this game, mathematically, I have not do the diligence to prove that 21 point is the logical number, although it's close. By my first hand, sort of a rough calculation, actually it's 22.1 is the exact number in a probabilistic point of view, that when you deal 4 cards and what points you might get and average out, okay, 22 points is a logic number to choose as a cutoff, okay? Now, we have just played 2 hands and 4 players, and it seems to be we don't have too much sort of a problem, and perhaps 21 points is a good choice. If that is so, will be great, because we do like to use the blackjack name, or 21, okay? When you say play blackjack, you really play 21. And if that is a good number, then the rule will be, as I just described, you play to the 21 points, okay? And also try to spell words. Now, how do you pay off? If you really make this as a chip game, you are betting and so on, then the words you make, the points you make, ought to be used to give you the bonus payment. In other words, if you had a 21 and you made a word of so many points, perhaps the dealer has to pay more, or compared to his words and so on. Now, this I'll leave to the audience or people that are playing this game, and perhaps can come up with interesting ideas. I welcome you to send me an email and say, well, you ought to change your rule this way, you ought to modify your rule that way. This is a game for all of us and to enjoy. So there's no set iron rules as you must do it one way or the other, okay? The whole idea is to make the game easy to learn, easy to start, and fun to play, and challenge your brains, okay? Now, before we quit, I'm gonna deal myself one more hand, see how good luck we are, okay? One more hand. 4 cards. C, R, E, oh, F, sorry, F, C, R. No vowels, okay? Point-wise, 11 points. 4th card, E, okay? Now, C, F, R, E is not a word, okay? And we have 12 points. So we need to have another card, T, okay? Now, we have a product, C-E-R-T, cert, right? We have F-E-T, okay? All right? Since we are still only 13 points, let's add another card, then we quit. 12 points, another card, G, okay. Another card, U, all right. Now we can do cure because the U is 3L. Cure is a very good word, a lot of points. 4, 4, 10, 13 plus 12, that's 25 points. Now, time is running up, all right? We'll end this session. I hope you enjoyed this simple Scramble Blackjack, and if you already have the deck of cards, you can play this very easily 2 people, with your family or with your friends or students and your peers in school, okay? And if you want to come to play Scramble in the studio, just give us a ring, and you're welcome anytime. Thank you.